now that that's on, just going to do a quick tech check real quick. And YouTube should be live. Let me check here. Looks like Twitch is live. That's great. Let's pop out that chat too. So I'm going to try really hard to watch the chat. As you can probably see, we're doing something a little different today here. Again, we are designing race cars. And I want to show folks how to do that. Now it looks like this is actually streaming again. Yes, okay, that's all I wanted to do. Just wanted to confirm we're there. So, what I'm thinking of doing today, and I will make sure that I am totally, that my screen's totally visible and all that stuff, so it makes sense. But one of the things I'm going to do today is we're just going to design some race cars. So I want to take some of the livery from, I built this a while back, and I started with this design for my league, for Dirt Track Junkies, and then for whatever reason I abandoned it for different stuff. And it's going to be this design right here. This was the first one I did with a mud background, orange. Hey, what's going on, Waterman? Jackie, I'm designing. We're designing again. So this is a design that I started with, right? I started with this mud thing, and whoops, I am, whoa, there we go. Now people can probably see, there we go. Sorry about that. I was kind of wondering why it looked silly over there. But this is a design that I started with, like one of my first Dirt Track Junkies designs, and I don't know why I got away from it. Like I liked it. It turned out great on this car. It turned out okay on some others. Let's see, we'll scroll down this one. I don't know why, but this one, I didn't really like the looks of it. So this is one of the ones I think I'll redo today. Either this one or the mini stock. And I want to, I don't know, just kind of look at, like this one, I think it just needs more orange in here to look a little bit more like the sprint car looks, right? Because the sprint car has a cool look to it. So I'm thinking of doing another like this one. I'm thinking of doing another one like this one. However, here's another design that I came up with that kind of advertises my sim racing stuff, right? That's pretty much all it does. But this, I actually like this design too. I think this one looks really neat, and it'd be cool to do a Camaro like this, like a dirt Camaro. So we've got this one with that design, and then I have a truck around here somewhere. There it is. I think this design came out really cool on the truck. So basically I'm just like throwing this fake diamond plate, some red, and then throwing orange over it again, because red and orange and brown and orange kind of look good, and that's kind of the Dirt Track Junkies thing. And how does this scene look now? Is it the right scene? So there we go. Yeah, it should be. Okay. I just had to make sure there that we were seeing the same thing. Okay, so we don't need a preview anymore. All right, thank you all. You're joining from Twitch, TikTok. So we're going to, let's do a dirt street stock Camaro with this Meathead Sim Racing kind of look to it. Either that, or actually let's dig into the old Camaro look and see if we can spice this thing up first. And so one of the things I did was, if you look here, when you go all the way down to the original mud design, it's just like this mud track across the entire vehicle. It looks cool, but it can't stand on its own, right? So that's why in the next design I used that mud. I did this, where I did the stripes across. This one I think turns out really good. I think it looks nice. I have a similar, I don't know, think a UMP or something that's designed like that. There's the Mini that's designed with this orange mud, I called it. It's like, oh yeah, so I got a 358 modified. This one, a few people are racing it, so it must look all right. And yeah, this design I think looks better than just that solid brown. So I'm thinking maybe I'll just do a Camaro with just the stripe and then do the orange and do it a lot like this second iteration of Dirt Track Junkies. And this one you can see I kind of sprayed some like brown down here so it looks like dirt. But oops. All right. So let's see what that notification is. Another person doing the Ballin' on a Budget Mini. Now here's one that I probably should do eventually is the Ballin' on a Budget is a design that I came up with, right? Just for this Mini. I came up with this silly Ballin' on a Budget thing. And also, how does my audio sound? I think should be pretty good. But let's see here. I do need to fix something with my stream because it is overloaded, it says. It's blinking at me. So I'm going to change that bit rate a little bit. Drop that bit rate down. Hopefully that will do it. Okay. So this was a design that I came up with just for this this car. And so I have all the bits and pieces. I could actually swap them over to a Camaro and make a similar looking Camaro too. But this one is, this Ballin' on a Budget has been really popular. As you can see, 65 people are racing this thing. And I've got another Ballin' on a Budget look. And that's actually what I've been racing the Mini in, by the way, is that same one. And yeah, I did a GT4 like this, and looks like 6 people are freaking ads. Sorry about the ads. Mason, thank you for joining. Thank you for watching. Hope you like race car design. So this is the Ballin' on a Budget that I did with the GT4. Again, it's a Mustang, right? So I put a bunch of rust all over it, spray painted Ford on the front, send it, be like Biff, etc. So I probably should do one of those as a Camaro. I think that would be kind of cool. So basically today I am just trying to create a different set of cars for our league, different set of dirt cars. Here's another theme that I went with for a while, Dumb and Dumber. See, nobody's doing the Camaro, but a few people were doing the Mini. All right, so let's crack open the Camaro. All right, and I'll take the base level Camaro again. We'll crack that open, and then I will wire it to my sim machine. So as you all know, I'm doing this in my office, but I'm remotely going into my sim machine, and I upload these things into that and view that in iRacing remotely. So it sounds weird, but it works. It works better than you might think. So I'm going to go here and open. We are going to say livery templates. I don't know what order these templates go in. That honestly makes no sense to me. With this Mac. A mini sprint. Nice. Yeah, I should put one of those together on here also. So I'm going to go through dirt street stock. There we go. The OG. So I'm going to take this and I'm trying to fix this. There we go. I don't know why these are getting so messed up, but I usually do this on my laptop. So yeah, Waterman, I could do that. I'll whip one up for you. So this one I'm going to call Dirt Street Stock. Let's see. Are we going to do the balling on a budget? Yeah, we'll do the straight league paint. So I'm going to do the white orange mud on this one. So I'm going to call this DTJ Orange Mud. There we go. Now the PSD is saved. I can open up my remote desktop here, and for content, we are going to want to go to Dirt Street Stock Paint. And the first thing I want to do is shut off Trading Paints. Whoops. And I don't need help doing that, so I got to shut off Trading Paints first, right? Exit. That way, I can go in, I can delete these, I can replace them, whatever. And as you can see here, this is my current design, which is kind of an orange mud design there. But this one, I put that shiny red, like ruby red thing that I've been doing with a lot of these cars lately. I've been doing this ruby red just because I like it. I think it looks cool. So that's what this current design is. This one has my grandkids' names all over it. It has some people it's in memory of. So this is the one I'm racing every day now. Well, I shouldn't say every day. I wish I could race on iRacing every day. But this is the one that I race when I race officials, when I can. I know a little bit about that stuff. So, gotta make sure. Yep, perfect. Okay, just making sure this thing works. So here is my desktop, and I'll just drag it over as needed. One of the things, Mason says, you look like my art teacher. Awesome. Okay. Yeah, I'll have to look at that because, yeah, I just had to turn mine down too because I used a higher bit rate to record videos earlier. And then when I went to streaming, it was way too high. So I changed it to 6,000. And so far, yeah, so far it's doing okay, I guess. But yeah, we'll definitely have to look at that. So I have my Dirt Street Stock PSD here, and I need to do save as. I thought I did save as. DTJ Orange Mud, save. Okay, weird stuff. So this one is DTJ Orange Mud that we just created. I'm going to go in here to my actions, and right now we have save clear coat and save main paint. Now this is going to be a numberless design, so I'm not going to put a number on it. That way other people can race it if they want. So I'm going to make this a publicly available thing on Trading Paints. So I will send you, if I can find it, my Trading Paints URL. Sheesh. All right, we'll go over here to this other. I know I have it right here. So here's my Trading Paints. But yeah, we can work with that. Your i5 should be fine. That's a good processor, but who knows? That's something that we could We could take a look at like screen share over Discord or something, if you'd like. So as I said, we're saving this one with no letter. I'm going to change this to F10 because that's what it's set on my other machine. And this is just going to save the main paint, right? Which arguably I should switch these to, and actually I'm going to do that. I'm going to switch these around a little bit because it's easier to hit F12 being on the end. So that's what I want to have. Save main paint. I'm going to map that to F12. Save clear coat. I'm going to map this one to F10. Okay. And then what I have to do is I will have to go in here and let's see, we'll go save main paint. I've got a share, and this share goes over to, where is paint? It looks like I need to connect. There we go. This goes over to paint on my actual sim machine. So we're doing this totally remotely. We're looking for dirt street stock right here. I'm going to select my car number, car underscore. And so when it's car underscore, that means no numbers. We're using sim stamped numbers. And like I said, because I'm making this public, I want those sim stamped numbers. Now we go and look and voila, we know that our update is working. So now we need to do the clear coat one and fix that clear coat. So here, I'm gonna turn off our layers. We're gonna do our blue clear coat layer here. And for this one, click on Save Clear Coat. Change it from the Mustang over to Dirt Street Stock. Then, since I'm 1244160, and we're going to save that as car underscore spec underscore 1224160. And to verify that works, basically our car should look not messed up anymore. Looks great. So one of the things I need to do is find that orange design that I did, that I colored orange, and slap that on there first. So we're going to turn these layers off. We're done with clear coat for a bit. We're going to go back to this OG design. So one of the things I'll do, of course, is open up. And of course, this is in paint, so we're going to go to livery, templates, dirt. I'm trying to get this organized. I'm getting there. I'm getting there. And that's the Selena one. I'm trying to think of one that I want to rob some stuff off of. Clown World is a good one. Probably this Dirt Track Junkies design right here would have a lot of the stuff that I need. So I'm going to open that one up. This is the Dirt Track Junkies one. You can see this is the original design that we're going to pretty much replace with this and probably keep a lot of this stuff. But one thing that I do want to keep is this mud. So this is the mud that I talked about. It's basically mud tracks. It's part of the branding. It's part of the look and feel. And a lot of what we're going to talk about when we do these live streams is we're going to talk about branding and how a lot of that stuff works. Yeah. Okay, so we're just going to choose this. And so speaking of branding, so this is part of the branding, this mud thing that I generated on ChatGPT. It's pretty cool. Sorry, I'll turn my ringer off real quick. And this is just part of the branding, right? When people see it, eventually I want people to see this enough to know like, oh, that's a Dirt Track Junkies car. That's a Dirt Track Junkies car, you know? It should kind of make sense. And to some places it does, because I actually have had this where I've gone into races and people are like, oh, hey, are you the guy that runs that thing? And I've seen these cars before. And so that's pretty much what I want. And let's see. Okay, so my connection's still showing pretty. Now it looks like it's stabilizing a little bit. So that's good. I'll have to show you, Jackie, when I get back in there on that machine. I can show you some of my settings that I use and how I use them. So the first thing we're going to do here with this one is we're going to do just a base job, right? So we have car patterns here. We have base, color. I don't know why, but I like to leave it there sometimes just because it's a flat color that covers the entire screen. So it's good. We're going to go here. We're going to fill this with white. So we have that white background color because this is going to be primarily a white car with our special little orange color and then some mud if I can find the right car pattern. And that's what we're going to do right now. So as we're starting, this is just kind of a white base. I'm going to go in here, car patterns, and show you. If you've watched my streams before, you know of my trick of how I use these car patterns. But here we go. So you take these and just turn off each layer if you don't like it. I don't like any of these. I know exactly which pattern style I want to use, and it's something sort of like this. This is very similar to what I used on Trading Paints to do a lot of those other ones. So we can look at Trading Paints. You can see here, got some of these that are blown back. That's usually what I use. Sometimes they go forward, but they're this kind of those stripe, kind of motion lines, I guess, almost. And the closest I can get to probably this one, this late model, the better, because I do like how this one came out. So I'm going to look for some of those variations of the motion stripes, which right now we have these, which I could take the horns off of that and do it. And this is what we did. If you remember last week, this is what we did with that Selena car, is we took the horns off and it came out good. So, you know, 006 is a potential. Here's another one that's pretty good. Unfortunately, this one I've tried to do the mud thing. All right, so I've tried to put mud in, make it work. It just really doesn't. This one has a splash on it, so you can't really combine a splash and a mud, right? It just doesn't really work. But for Waterman, this one probably would have been a good one to consider, which I'll still consider. Different designs there. This one, I've never really been able to get into this one. Mostly because, like, if you do something like a selection here, you get this thing highlighted. Select color range. You can kind of replace this color and pop it out, right? So now this is selected. We could do fill, color white. And it does okay. And then you got these gradients here that I don't really like. I'm not a fan of the gradients. And this actually looks like a 90s, like a late 90s, early 2000s styling to it, that I might use this for something else someday. But this one might be cool to put the mud in there, but I don't want the gradient at all. Like, I don't want any of that stuff. I don't even really want, yeah, this one just doesn't really look that good. So what I'll do is undo, deselect, we'll hide it. Here's another one that looks kind of dated, right? This is kind of a funky design. This one has some motion to it, right? This one could be a good one. Let's see what this looks like on the car. So I'm going to do Shift F12. I'm going to bring my little desktop over here. Oh, it's Command F12, not Shift. So this should be, maybe it's because it's not saved. Check my actions. Save main paint is Shift F12. Yeah. Command F12. We're going to put this orange, I don't know, whatever. But yeah, Command F12. Yep. And now it works. I don't know. Looking at it made it behave. I just kind of want to look and see what this flowing lines and all this, see what this looks like actually on the Camaro. And so far, you know, I don't hate it, but I don't know how, like, fitting the mud in here and stuff in here. We can try it. It's a definite maybe. All right, so we'll copy number 12 here. We'll paste it down here. For some reason, my copy and paste has not worked great today. We should be able to copy this whole freaking layer. I'll just duplicate it. That's another way to do it. Duplicate layer. That should make a duplicate somewhere where I don't want it to be. It's what it always does. Or I can take this car pattern. That was kind of weird. So I'm going to drag this all the way down here. All the way outside of that and turn it off. And that makes it a definite maybe. So now we look at 12. That's our definite maybe. Then we look at this one. This is a definite no. This one's another maybe. I mean, it kind of depends on what it looks like on the car. I hate this. Like, I'll just say that. I hate that. That's not cool at all. Let's see. We'll just have to play around with it a little bit. We could see what this looks like on the Camaro, but I hate the only thing I would take from this design probably is leave the front clip colored and do these motion lines, but I just don't like it. I do like this one. This looks a little more, this looks similar to the design I'm trying to copy. My own design, but I'm still trying to copy a design, right? So let's see here. Oh, I need to change a setting too. Oh no, that one's fine. Okay. Just checking some of my tech stuff. Let's see what this one looks like on the Camaro. Bring this over here. Looks pretty good. I'd probably get rid of these lower stripes. They're not doing much. But keep these ones. Over here I could do this orange. I can get rid of that stupid square. That doesn't make any sense. And yeah, I think I could do it this way. Like, I think we could make something look okay. And yeah, I am thinking of trimming this whole bottom part though, because that kind of looks stupid. But the rest of it, I think we could make it a white car with the mud stripe, right? The stripe with the mud tracks. I could see some challenges with this one already. But some ones with the mud tracks. And as long as we broke the mud track right here, then we could do the direction that I usually like to do those in. But yeah, I think we could do this. Let's look at the other designs just in case. But right now, I think pattern 15 is going to be the one that does it. So make a copy of that. We're going to drag it all the way down here. Boop. This one is another one that looks like it could be good, right? This could be slick if we put the mud here and not here, but you're not really going to see the mud. And this one just kind of clashes, but it looks cool. I don't know what the hell this is. Couldn't tell you. Couldn't tell you. Some flames. Sure. This one I think I have used before on something. This one is very confusing. This one is also confusing, which leaves us to this one with some weird tiger stripe thing. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to use that one. So now we'll just make all of the car patterns hidden. Put those out of there. These ones, color change should have its own. I think like some of these stock parts should have their own. Oops. So I'm thinking put all these things into their own. We'll put like parts or something. So we're going to say new group from layers. And this group is going to be called stock parts. Stock parts sounds good, right? And the color for this one, seafoam. There we go. Now we can just kind of treat all of those as their own kind of little layer. We're going to turn off the car patterns and use this car pattern. And speaking of groups, I need to create another group here. And this group, I'm going to call this body lines. I usually call it, or just base body, right? So it's like the base design that everything's going to go up on top of. So all of these silly decals and this stuff will go on top of that. If I decide to keep them, I don't really know if I'm going to do that, but so I'll put base body here. And then one of the things so one of the reasons I put stock parts in here is because I need to turn them all off when I'm doing anything with the base body. Because when you start doing color selections, it will actually select around all of your decals. And like I said, if you've watched my streams before, you've seen this happen because I've made this mistake more than once. But today I'm turning it off. That means all the base stuff is gone. And what does our Camaro look like now? Boy, howdy. It is bright. I mean, talk about a clean canvas. We got ourselves a clean canvas right here. So I'll drag this over. Now what I want to do here is select, and it was 15 that we decided, right? But I still have 12 here just in case I turn around on it. So we'll do 15. The first thing I want to select, I think, is this. Let's get the orange on there. So we can put, with these green ones, we can put orange there. And the way we do that is we just select color range again. Pick that green. Now I've got all the green stuff selected. So I can go here and we'll go into that base body folder. My next one up is going to be, we're going to fill with a color that I happen to know by heart, and that is this orange color that we use for Dirt Track Junkies. Say okay. Now, when we turn it off, I can see the All-Star Performance still got selected, and that's exactly what I mean about that, which I don't really care that much because it is strange that it did that because it shouldn't have, but that's something that I can change later, or I can just delete them, whatever. So we'll do that. We'll publish it to the car. We'll look at it and say, okay, there's our initial striping. We're going to have to do like a little bit of a stroke on it. We'll get rid of that stupid square piece, and then, you know, we've got something here. A little stripe across the back is weird, but it will make sense. It'll make sense when we put it together, I think. And the roll cage is white. I haven't decided on the roll cage color yet. Sometimes I just do black, right? So who knows? But let's try a stroke for this. Oops. Oh, and I am streaming, it looks like. Check my own. Yep. All right. Me scratching my head. That's awesome. I like it. Okay. What was I going to do? Oh, stroke. I accidentally hit the wrong button. So, maybe stroke. Now here, if we make it look like our late model, I believe it was a thicker, kind of like 6 probably, and then we back off the opacity a little bit. And this is where I think we want to be. So let's see what it looks like on the car. I keep forgetting I have to have Photoshop in focus. Then hit my little publish keys. Check it out. So this doesn't match the numbering, any of the numbering colors, but that's okay. We are going to fix that. And I think I'll rip the bottom part off, possibly. Only because it's kind of distracting, but let's get the mud in here. Connor says, you race late models? Yeah, I do. I race quite a bit on here, actually, but today I'm deciding to do this race car design thing where I'm designing them, but yeah, this is just iRacing trading paint stuff today. And I race all kinds of stuff on iRacing, and late models is one of them. I like it. Dirt and asphalt late models actually are pretty fun. Let's see, okay, I got rid of that stupid hood. Now trying to get the mud stripe in there. I'm going to do it the same way I did it before on our other design. All right, so there's these little tricks, and I keep sharing these tricks here because this is kind of my whole point of doing this, right? Is I want to show y'all how we do this stuff. So now I'm going to select blue. So we're going to go select color range. We're going to select blue. Make sure that, yeah, we are still. We got blue selected. We go above. We can turn that off. Now this is where the mud needs to go. So how in the heck are we going to do that? Well, one way, of course, is to fill it in so that we can fill it in any color we want, but we'll just do blue or something, or gray, just so we have it. Let's color. I'm going to just select blue again. So here we're just creating a solid object that we can select if we need to pull that mud through there. So I'm going to show you my trick of how I put the mud stripes on these cars. Open this up, go back, way back into my files. And this one I think is in Meathead or something. I don't know. Should be iRacing. Assets. iRacing. Meathead, I believe, is where the mud background comes from. It'll be that one right there. I guess I could have stole it from my other image, right? But one of the things I want to do here is copy this and then drag it in here and just throw it down. And now you can see what I mean about the directional treads. So part of the branding is I think it's cool to have the directional treads in there so you can kind of see, like it's kind of giving you that mud kind of feel, but it's dirt. So we're going to take this and just put it over. And if I do it right, position it on the car, it's going to look pretty cool. So here's one side of the car, right? And we can vary this around to where we like it. here's one side of the car, and then I got to do the other side of the car. So this one, I want the tread to go in a different direction, but you notice how I covered up the trunk. That way the tread goes straight across there. But now when I do the next one, I'm going to make sure not to resize it, because then the tread's going to be different, but I'll go like this. And then you can see the tread going across there. We could even tilt it, something like that. And I take that back. I am going to have to stretch it out a little bit to make it fit. And now, of course, if we hit publish, right? Now, of course, we got this mud all over, which is not what we want. We just want the stripe. But I do like to look at this and say, okay, where is the stripe? And yeah, what I'm going to do is use that object that I just created, the blue one, to slice out that stripe and make it look right. Now the way to do that is to take these two layers, combine them together, and it looks like I have to make this one a little bigger because it's not quite covering up the entire fender, but I don't think it needs to actually, so never mind. And it's the same thing with this other one. Now that I think about it, I don't really have to cover the fender. I just have to cover up to. So this being smaller might look better. I just have to cover up to here. Realistically, as long as these parts are covered. So now I can merge this together if I choose to, right? And another thing I should do is probably put this tread like this. Make the tread go backwards. How can I do that? How can I make the tread go up the side of the car like that? Hello, folks who are joining. Thank you so much. I am trying to figure out how to basically flip this. Flip horizontal, and that's what I was looking for. So I'll take this, stretch it out. And one of the things I'll have to do, as you've probably guessed, so I've got this, it's weird and skewed now. I'm deleting it. We're going. Yeah, it's all weird and skewed now. So I can just take this, copy, paste, and what did I just flip that horizontally, right? That kind of gave me that one where it looks like the track's going up the side, and I don't like it. So maybe we'll just flip this vertically. Yeah, that's what I was looking for right there. It's going off the side. So I can take this, pull it down here. Now, one of the things that I have to do is choose which one of these tire tracks continues out over the back of the car. Because you see I have this one, but I also have this layer. And I think this layer is the one I'm going to leave. Yeah, I think that's... I think we're just going to leave the top one instead. So I'll just go through here with a little cutter, a little lasso tool. I can just lasso that whole top half off of there before merging. And this is stuff I'm not going to cover with mud anyway, so I don't care if it's gone. Now I've got these two, and basically I need to merge them together. Right? And one thing we can check is just kind of check fitment, but we'll take these two, and we're going to make them, we're going to merge layers. So now it's just one big layer. And then we just take this layer below it with the blue stuff, highlight it, select it all, invert it, like so, and then select our mud layer and hit delete. And there we go. And I'm going to make a YouTube video about this in case that was too fast, but I'm still going to make a YouTube video about it at some point. But let's see what this looks like on our car. And you can see we still have some layers up there to deal with that are like purple, but let's just take a look-see at our car. Oops. Go here. There we go. And I like it. That looks cool. That looks very similar to what I was looking for. I do want to put just the brown color in here. And then, yeah, I kind of like that. That's kind of a cool white car with some orange stuff going on. I can slap the big Dirt Track Junkies logo up there. It looks great. And yeah, I'm pretty happy with this particular design. And you can see here, these are the things I need to make brown, the blue stuff, and you can see my spoiler, for instance, or the line going across the back. But yeah, we'll just we'll do a little touch up here, just a little bit, and we'll put in that brown line that I was talking about. So where am I going to do that? I'm going to go in here, and we're going to go all the way down to where the orange is. And we could either do it on that layer or do it on the mud layer. I think we'll just do it on the mud layer. So I'm going to pick a pretty standard brown. Go here with my brush tool. And I should be able to, because the mud layer is underneath, I should be able to paint this in pretty good. Oh, and it does look like it's going over top of, so I thought this was below. And now it is. So now we're below the orange, which is where I want it to be. And so then I should be able to do this and just have it behind the orange, which appears to sort of be behind the orange. Probably won't notice it on the track, but these are the types of little subtle things that I do with all of these cars. All of them, I do this like subtle stuff like this. Actually, we are going to use that color. Try to blend that a little bit. Nope. Okay, that's what I was trying to do before. So now we've got some brown mud color in there. Let's see. Scroll down. And I wanted brown in there. So we're just going to kind of do the same thing. We're going to scroll in there real close. We're going to go here and we're just going to color it in. And you basically only see it underneath. I messed up there. That's fine. I can come back to it. But yeah, you just throw a bunch of brown underneath there and voila. Let's do a little spot. Select this, delete. And why did it work that way? That's interesting. So we're going to leave this stroke light colored if we can. Take this. There seems to be a little brown behind that. And I could put a sticker there or something so that you don't notice it, or should I say so I don't notice it? But that's actual mud. This one had to be colored. Okay. Well, it's not the most consistent set of stripes, but, you know. So pretty soon here, we'll be able to call the base body done and then start throwing on decals and stuff like that. So you can see here, try to make this as big as I can. There we go. So that's how I do the mud stripes. Once the number's in there, it's hard to see, but it's very subtle. Just gives it that kind of dirt mud feel to it. Down here, down below, I'm going to make sure all of that is like dark or something. And here's another question. Should I leave the stroke on here? I'm going to say no. I don't want the stroke on this front nose piece. So what I intend to do is something that I've done in previous streams. Duplicate this layer, copy the layer without the effects. So we're looking at it like this. Take this part, and the parts that we don't want stroked are right here and right here. Don't want those stroked. Don't want, so I'm going to copy that. And then we'll delete it from the original. And this is how you do selective stroke. And now you can see I only have these ones here with no stroke. And they're also available in that copy, but these are the ones I think. Let's publish it. Just to be sure, let's publish that sucker to see if it's, that's close. Close, but that's not going to work. I don't know why the white is so embedded. I think I want to keep this angry face look that it's got going, but I need to figure out why there's so much white there. Oh, okay, that's because these are in the wrong spot, which is fine. So we're going to keep these ones. So again, I'm going to select, because I messed up before, I'm going to select these two, make a copy. It says it's empty. Here we go. Make a copy. Then put that copy right here. So I turn it off. Oh, it's still. Let's see what it looks like when we publish to see if that's something that we care about. Yeah, we do care about that. Why is it freaking up like this? All right. So this is just a terrible idea. Straight up. Not working for us today. But I can take this one and I can select everything except, well, I could just select the stripes. I want the stripes to have a stroke on them. So I'm going to select all the stripes. Oops, I messed that one up. But we're going to select all the stripes. This is all the stuff I want to have a stroke on it. I'm going to go here to the stroke layer, Control Shift Invert. That was exactly what I didn't want to happen. There's the invert. Now the stripes are the only thing stroked. Yay! Thrilled. Thrilled about this. So now I can take this and let's see what this looks like when we publish it. Where's my car? Here's my car. There we go. Now we got a good front end. I can fix that. I can fix that bottom end. That's not a big deal. I can fix the air cleaner, make it orange, put a Dirt Track Junkies sticker here, or we could write Dirt Track Junkies in big letters. I don't know. I definitely want to put it on the back like we had it before. This stripe, I think I can end this stripe. I think I can end the stripe like at the wing. Right at the wing. So let's start with that just so it's easy, because I don't like the way the stripe goes all the way around the thing. So if it's going back here, I think I really just have to delete it from up here. And this is going to be in this layer. And once again, we got to do one of these selects. Try to select everything, delete it, publish it. There we go. Now the stripe just goes back under the wing. We're not continuing it around the back because it looks stupid, honestly. That stripe kind of throws things off. And so the back, I think I just want the back to be just white or orange. Actually, yeah, I want the back to be orange. So I can just orange up that whole thing, the whole body panel. Let's do that. Now let's turn our wire on. Here, we're going to start working with body panels a little bit more. I need the wire on to fix that I said I was going to fix. So we go down here. This is all still base body stuff, right? So without this is all base body, and I try to keep it in the same group, same area, etc., because I do think it's important to organize them like that. These car patterns, I mean, I guess, but we don't really need them. If we put the stock parts back on, publish, you can see everything. Oh, well, I also have my wires on, but that's all right. Woohoo, look at that. So what I want to do, and I may leave the Chevrolet Performance, but I want to make this back body panel orange. You can see here it's riveted on. So I just kind of want the whole riveted on bumper part to be, and then I want to fix this front bumper and just make it black, probably. Both of those require the wire tool. Let's start with the front chin spoiler. So we'll go here. We've got these. We can delete this. And we can say orange, no stroke. Orange stroke. And the second to say mud. And then this extra stuff is that we're just going to create a layer that's like extra layers, I guess. So from mud, I need to remove this first, just because I don't like having layers that go out of bounds all the time like this. So this one, this is another place it needs to go from, because it kind of bled in here a little bit. We can zoom right up on there. Where is Jugma going? Oh, Jugman? I should put Jugman on there somewhere, just for fun. But yeah, this is like a Dirt Track Junkies League design. So I don't know if I want to put the Jugman on there, but maybe. I'm thinking about it. So these are purple. I need to address those soon, but my stripe that I think I'm going to have black, I can just go in here and do this magnetic lasso. It doesn't matter if I'm outside that one. We can do some overspray, right? And so for this, I could put this on the mud layer and it wouldn't hurt, actually, just to kind of keep it all together, but I'm just going to still do it on this layer. So I'm going to fill it. Go here and we'll go to fill. Color, pretty dark gray, probably just black. Let's just make it black. got that, and then of course we've got the two sides here, and it's the same kind of thing. I'm just using that magnetic lasso tool to select this, and sometimes I will go 1 pixel over to make sure that there are no gaps, because there could be a gap there, especially let's turn the wire off. We might see, yeah, there's a little bit of a gap there. So I'll take that selection, I expand it, 2 pixels, boom. This should be fine. We're going to fill black and just take a look. Save it. F12 it. Yeah, Jugman would be pretty cool to put on there though. So maybe. And then, yep, just taking a look at my black thing here. This looks a little strange right there where it's kind of coming up, but it's a very small detail nobody's ever going to notice. However, it is a little weird. And so I think it's, I don't know. Oh, that's probably it right there. It's not wrapping around as much as it said it was. Yeah, because this part. Yeah, let's do a little detail on this. Why not? Okay. For here, I'm going to pull this all the way out. So I'm going to lasso in this. We're going to go all the way out to the end because it looks funny and I don't like it. Again, we're going to have to go on this new layer. There we go. Say fill with our color. Good to go. We're going to chop this because this is going up into the body, and I think that's what's making it look weird. Oops. I don't know how many times I have to maximize this window before it figures out that I want it maximized. Okay, let's zoom in there now. Yep, still looks funny. I think it's just gonna look funny. That doesn't look like it's saved, so maybe that's the issue. There. Yep. Now it doesn't look funny. So yeah, these are the small things. And you know, it's one of those things like if you have me do a design for you, this is some of the weird stuff that I do, but yet the designs come out well. I think they come out better that way when you have that attention to detail. Like this white stripe, I kind of like it, but I'm going to get rid of it. The little white stripe above the little chin spoiler. Yeah. We're going to get rid of that. You can actually see it right here. So I'm just going to make that. I'm going to go back into the orange. And I'm just going to bring that orange down. But first, I need to make sure and do the other side. So the other side is right over here. And I think just to keep it simple, I'm going to do magnetic lasso. I'm going to try to go right up against it. I'm going to do fill. Okay, now that looks tight. Up here it's tight, so it's got to be tight across here. And here's how we're going to do this. It's going to be real easy. We are going to go to orange no stroke layer, right? So the one without the stroke. We're going to go and just select with the lasso a sloppy bunch of stuff. We're just going to fill this orange. So I'm going to say fill, select a color, and there we go. And that tightens that up. I don't know what's going on over here, but I feel like we need to go back to our black layer and just kind of come out a little bit. I don't know. It feels like that white stripe is going to reappear. Maybe not, but oh, and Waterman, are you going to be streaming at all or racing or anything tonight? Today? Tonight-ish? By the way? F12. Where is my... There it is. Look at that. That looks much cleaner, much tighter. And like I said, it's just small details. All of the small details combined make a good design, make a really nice looking race car. But if you don't hammer on some of those small details like that, it can turn out bad. You know, I had that one little defect over here, then I had the white stripe over here, and it just, yeah, it doesn't look realistic or convincing, but now we're better off. So the back. I wanted to do the back like an orange bolt-on plastic piece. Right, so that's what we're going to do next is let's throw that piece on there. And sometimes it's permissible, you know, to just make it look like someone strapped plastic on there. I think it looks more realistic. I think most people would agree. Like here is our back piece, which right now is just half and half. So basically all I have to do, magnetic lasso tool, and I have to do the sides also, but let's go through here. Go back to that orange layer again. Orange no stroke. We're going to expand a little bit. Like we've done before, right? Modify, expand. Why didn't it do that? Modify, expand. I think I hit cancel by accident, but we'll do 3. Okay, there we go. And then we're just going to fill that. Color. Let's see, we'll do the publish. Let's see where it's going. Now I go over here to this one. And that did not publish. Photoshop did not have, oops, paint your car. Now looks terrible. Because once again, like all the way. There we go. Okay, and now I've got to make sure this publish thing works. So Adobe is selected. There we go. So now that whole plastic piece, well, nope, you can see right here the bolted on places, these need to be covered as well. So we know those are underneath, they're near dirt vision, they're underneath the wing, so we can get to those. Those shouldn't be too big of a deal. So I'll do those, and then that will look like somebody just bolted on an orange plastic piece onto the back of this car. That's basically what it's going to look like. So let's do that. Go over here, drag this over here. Thank you, all of you who are watching. Okay. And doing just a quick tech check here. Oh, looks like I can change my name. All right, it's officially changed in real time. Okay, run here really quick. Go to settings. And this is actually kind of cool. I don't know if you can see this or not, but it actually looks kind of cool in there. But I just wanted to make sure that this works before I do too much more, but I kind of like how that looks. You can see quite a bit even on the phone, so I'm sure you can see even more if you go to TikTok on the web. So I decided to share that out. Now, you notice for the front piece, we had to attach this, right? And then this kind of looks like it goes in with this front piece. And here's another thing that I'm just going to do for consistency. Just for consistency. I'm going to take this lasso tool here, probably just a regular lasso, and I'm going to pull all of the black down like the other one, just in case there's a little white piece that comes up at some point. So we'll go back here, do fill, color, black. I guess I could have just did fill black, right? And that just prevents any problems with a white stripe possibly coming up. If we know it's outside the wire, then it's definitely not going to. So we'll do this. And like I was saying, on the side pieces that go, it looks like one continuous thing when they fold it, right? That's how this works too. So this piece needs to be oranged out to make it look like a plastic piece that's bolted on. And they do a pretty good job of this. Like, it looks pretty cool. So let me check. So we're going to go back down to orange no stroke, and we're going to call this one blackout. I don't know what else to call it, but we're blacking out that piece. Orange no stroke. We're going to go here. We're going to do magnetic lasso. We're going to come all the way to the green line. Even outside the green line is okay, but we just really want to follow this green line. And the reason outside's okay is because we're actually going to do a 2-pixel expand on it. So we'll do expand. We can do 3 pixels. That's actually probably, well, no. We're only going to do 1 pixel expand. Now that I see it, you know, up close here, that's where we want to be. Probably right there. Maybe even, yeah. So we'll go back to orange no stroke. We're going to say fill here. Here. Oops. Undo. Go back to fill, which was just Shift F5. I don't know why I don't just do that. There we go. So we got that one there. Same thing with this one down here. And for some reason, this one found a different green line than what I'm seeing. And we're still on this orange no stroke layer. So really all we're doing is just continuing the orange up here without the stroke. But the point is to make it, because it looks broken up and weird the way it is right now. So in my opinion, I think this looks really weird. So that's why I'm doing it this way, to make it kind of look like somebody just put a orange plastic piece or orange metal piece around back on top of the bumper, which is kind of what this looks like, right? This is just a wrap on top of a bumper, factory bumper. Fill, color, same color as before. And now we can turn the wire off, deselect it. Now, as strange as that looks, we're going to do our publish, but instead of this weird goofy stuff, it should look a lot better. There we go. And that kind of looks more like a bolted on bumper pattern. So it's a little weird, but, and I'm probably going to orange the, we'll orange up this wing here, the spoiler, whatever you want to call it. So yeah, I think we'll make the spoiler orange, and then that should be fine. That will look pretty authentic, I think. I think it'll fit in, and then that will cover our base body stuff. We can start throwing stickers on it. I'm going to paint this black. We're going to remove these logos, and we're going to put our own logos on there because we want to do our own branding. Pretty much. So now hopefully, let's see, I gotta make sure. It does look like I'm not able to stream to one of my sources. Oops. Let's see if it'll start on Kick again. Yeah, actually it did. Okay. Well, I'm good at that. I'm good with it. Hello, thank you for watching. You don't have to say anything. You can just watch me design cars, or we can chat. Whatever works best, y'all. Me and Waterman over on Twitch, we chat quite a bit. We're gonna chat again soon, I'm sure. But let's see. What was I thinking? Oh yeah, I want to make this top part. I mean, the top part being orange isn't terrible. Anyone that's in here, I don't know what you think, but the orange visor isn't terrible, but for some reason it just looks like mud would be better. Brown, possibly black, maybe even white. But I could put black and then put Dirt Track Junkies across it. So, you know. I got red for the roll bar right now. That's not going to stay. I got the green cage. That's not going to stay. So we're gonna jump in here. Let's see. There's the red for the roll bar. Green for the cage up here. Actually, it's red, I think, is something else. These parts, these purple parts, I need to figure out what those are. I think they're inside the car. So I need to change those to anything other than purple. But we have these two back pieces. We have that front piece. Just need to figure out what I want to do with that spoiler, or with that visor. And I think it would look cooler if it were just black. Maybe black with some text. So we're going to go to orange no stroke, because that's the layer it's on. We'll go here with our magic wand and select it. We'll expand it 1 pixel maybe. And we'll go up here to blackout and fill it with black. There we go. Now don't ask me why, but I think it's going to look better. I'll just, whoops, do. All right, there's the new one. And yeah, I think that looks a lot better. It's black. Looks like the air filter is also now black. That's good. Waterman's asking, you spend as much time on mine? Yeah, probably. Usually I'm not super fast with these, but yeah, it's a lot of time that goes into these. I'm going a little bit slower right now because I'm kind of talking my way through it, but some of these I can do in 20 minutes, some a couple hours. I don't know. So this, I'm assuming, is going to be the top of our air cleaner, which I would like it to be silver. I don't know. But I'll look and see, because I don't remember where the air filter one was. So I want to take off these logos. I'm going to leave the Chevrolet Performance logos. I don't mind those, but let's go into the other ones. I'm going to get rid of some of the other logos so that we can put our own logos on here. I'm going to put on all kinds of stuff. So we're going to go back up here. Now, base body seems pretty solid right now. I think I can pretty much minimize that. This is our base that we're doing to the body, and yeah, I feel pretty good about it. I think the car looks good. Need orange bow ties? Yeah, that's true, huh? Well, then it would kind of bleed in with that, but I don't know. I'll have to look at that. Maybe I could do a big bow tie on the hood behind the Dirt Track Junkies logo. And actually, I haven't decided what the hood's going to look like, because our logo, our Dirt Track Junkies logo, doesn't work that great on certain cars. Like with this one, it's okay, right? This one, I say let's put alt. Let's make it a little bit bigger. Let's try to go as far to the limits of those body panels as we can. One issue, the air cleaner is off center on this car. As you can see, actually look, you can see the center line of the image, center line of that. And yeah, for some reason, the air cleaner carburetor somehow offset like 5 or 6 inches. I've never seen it in real life, but I know it on this car. Usually the only time I've ever seen offset air filter like this in real life is like the modifieds and stuff that usually you don't see them in the stocks. And that's ones where like the engine is sitting over a little bit, or a 4-cylinder or something. But anyway, so let's see what this looks like on the hood. That's not bad. That's doable. I mean, for when it's flat, it doesn't really look like much, but from like here, from off to the side, those look kind of good. So this one also is going to go on the doors, which is why I might do something entirely different for the hood, but we'll see. And so this one, I forgot I was going to remove some decals, wasn't I? So this is our car decal layer. As you can see, there are a ton of decals, so we don't just want to delete the layer, but we do want to select it, and we will get rid of some of these. Like, I don't mind the dirt car logo. The dirt car, we can leave that one. That's kind of cool. I support it. I think that's like dirt car racing. Yeah, well, that's fine for that one. That looks official. We'll go here. Dirt TV Vision is cool, but I might want something else here. For now, I'm going to leave it. For now, I think it's going to be fine, but I'm probably going to put NWRA on there or something. I don't know. Maybe a Meathead Designs. Now I should be able to take this and just go. But let's see where it's going to land on the car, because that is important. I may have to move that dirt car logo, which is not a big deal. It's super easy to do. But yeah, I think I could pull the Dirt Track Junkies back and be just fine. One thing I'm going to do is use the tools, right? I always say that to people when I'm talking to them. I'm like, use the tools. You have tools for a reason. Well, I have number blocks for a reason, to see how close I can get to them. Mainly is what I use this for. So it looks like I can go right there. Just make it a big Dirt Track Junkies copy. Now all of this is going in this, so I need to do this and put in, I usually just call this branding, because that's all it is decals that are branded. Now, if we want to change the, so Waterman, Jack is talking about, you know, how much time I spent on the car or whatever. A lot of it comes down to the little details, and sometimes I go kind of wild on the details. One of the things I did on his car was I did the sheen of the labels that are supposed to be decals. Like this is supposed to be a decal, right? So with those, I changed the sheen on them a little, and it actually looked kind of cool. So I'm probably going to do the same thing with this one. Now this panel tends to be less tall than this one, believe it or not. They are a little bit different. I have no idea why that is, but And one thing that's already starting to bother me is the colors of the numbers. I need to change those. But I'm going to do this. I'm going to take the number blocks out. Save this thing. And yeah, I like that. That's nice and big when you're like coming up beside somebody. You can see that. Oh, Dirt Track Junkies. Oh, that's another Dirt Track Junkies car, right? And maybe I put the dirt car back here. I don't know yet. And you can see our label is going up too high on that side, and it's fine on this side. So that's what I meant about different sized. For some reason, this panel here is just a little tiny bit taller. But I'm going to shrink them both down because I want this one to not hit the bolts. And then I want this one to actually be on the panel, not get cut off. So I'll shrink this one even more. F12. Let's see what that looks like. There we go. Now it's not up in the bolts. This one's fitting. I think I can go down. I can expand it a little bit more, take up that space. So these are just, again, small details. Enter, down, down. All details add up to awesomeness in the end. Oops, that one, it was this one. So yeah, now I've got better branding, right? So better showing of the Dirt Track Junkies there. And we're going to change the letters because that's bothering me. Car swatches doesn't matter too much. This should be that, my favorite orange, my FF8000. That should at least be, well, I think that one should be on the inside, actually. I don't know. What do you think, Waterman? Oh, yeah, we'll definitely put the Dirt Track Junkies logo on there. I think I need to make these ones just a little lighter so that they match a little bit better with the existing stuff, which a lot of that is kind of a lighter gray stroke. So there we go. So that kind of looks like it's part of the design, like it's supposed to be there. So yeah, I did want to fix that. I want to fix the wheel color. What I generally do with the wheels, so I like this FF8000, right? So if I wanted to make these wheels orange, here's the problem. We do FF8000. See how they're different color, especially with chrome. You can do something like semi-gloss. That brings it closer. Even the semi-gloss, I just darken it just a little bit. Then it's good. So I like that. I think that looks great. Thanks for the hearts. Jeremiah says, what is this game called? This is iRacing. So I am designing cars for iRacing. I design tons of them. I usually race on this channel with iRacing. And I stream my races and leagues and everything. But today I'm designing cars and just showing my followers, anyone who's curious, how to design these cars. There's that purple interior. So I like making it black. And I'm just noticing that right here, that it is purple. And that is from those purple panels. So I need to get into those, turn those black, change that roll bar color, and throw a few more logos on it. Because of course, we got to put the Dirt Track Junkies stuff on the back. But yeah, Jeremiah, follow me if you like this kind of stuff. If you like art, if you like racing, that's exactly what this channel is about. It's just race, cars, and art. Mostly racing. Mostly racing most of the time. Where was I? Looks like totally spaced out there. What was I going to fix? Oh, the interior color. I'm going to call that part of the base body. Part of the base body. So, and this is, in case you didn't hear, it was iRacing. I gotta run this here and there. Try to run this at least in one official race, maybe two. What's funny is some of the designs that I've made, I haven't even been able to race them yet. Kind of funny. Before other people started doing it. Cockpit panels, that's what it's called. So I can just take these, select every cockpit panel, and turn them black. So I'm going to fill. I like the interior to be black. Where did that just fill to? Huh. So now, publish again. It's really hard to see inside the car, but I could kind of see it earlier. But yeah, now we've got a nice black interior. In real life, that would be terrible. But on the game, that's what I prefer. What were we going to do? Oh, we were going to orange up the wing. That was the last body part. We were going to orange up the wing. I better do that before, because I do think it needs the orange wing, and that just kind of completes it. So this is our wing. I believe, I don't know, I'm going to have to do orange no stroke again and probably just drop something right here. Orange no stroke. I'm going to say fill with a color, with this color. There we go. And is that the one? Maybe not. Maybe, I'm not sure what that exactly is, but let me make sure I'm publishing. We'll go back over here. It is not the wing. Where, oh yeah, that's right. The wing is right up over here. So we could literally just block it out. We've already got an orange no stroke. I forgot, this is where the wing is. I don't know what I just painted orange over here. Yep, no idea. Oh, that's the cowl under the car. Okay, so I'm going to paint that one black also. Or silver or something, I don't know. That's right. I wanted to put something in that cowl so you could see it as a driver, but not today. Let's get this thing done. Now this is a place where the wire comes in handy, because I am pretty sure I'm getting in between the lines, but I'm not entirely sure. Let's turn on the wire. Yeah, I'm doing fine. I'm doing just fine. So once again, we fill with this color. This will make that thing orange. Whoops. This makes it look orange, or makes it orange, which I like a lot better. Kind of orange, and then we'll put our Dirt Track Junkies saying back there. Which I have here. And this is just a little, oh, look, actually on that mud car, I left all of the logos on there, didn't I? I wasn't aware of that. So we're going to do Dirt Track Junkies and the league number. Come on, let me select both of them. I want to do both of them. Okay, this is clearly one's a text and one's a raster. That's the problem. So we got that copied, paste, and I think I put that. Let me check the wire here. That, yep, it is going in the center under. So we're just going to put that in the same spot. Center under the green. Just slightly. I'm going to turn the wire off. Let's see what it looks like on our car. So it needs to be shrunk down a little bit, doesn't it? Or moved down. Because that is not going to work. Let's try just bumping it down. And I like that. That'll work. So you can still see League 1301, even though it's a little bit bent. You can see the Dirt Track Junkies, etc. I think I had a Seabass license plate on the other one, right? Nope, not this one. So, I mean, this is pretty good, I would say. This is pretty close. And I do like this black right here. This is good when the sun's shining in, but for now, I do kind of like where this one's at. I think it's good to publish on my trading paints. Let's do the publish again. And then, yeah, I think we're going to call it done. So this looks pretty good. I'll probably put like a PNWRA badge on there. There's some other branding we could do. And like I said, the hood just, I don't know what to do with this hood. Kind of want to put a big dirt track across there or something, but I don't know. It's looking okay. Let's say not too bad, not too shabby. Doable. Need you to make a roll cage like a reef green and see how it looks. Yeah, we could do that. On which car? On your late model? Yeah, I think this one, the one thing I will need to do when I upload it, yeah, all right, I'll figure that out. Yeah, let's take a look at your late model since we're done with this one. For now, I might do a little bit more to this one later, but let's take a look at your late model that I did earlier. Oops, accidentally hit that. Open. We're going to iRacing, livery, templates, and dirt. There we go. Now this one is the Waterman car right here. Now I need to figure out where the roll bar colors are. I think it's right here. That's pit box color. But when let me change this really quick. Our save main paint is no longer going to be dirt street stock. It is now going to be, we have to say dirt late model 350. Doesn't matter. Save, replace, 32-bit. Now, when I bring up my late model, yes. Let's see what the late model looks like. Dirt late model, let's paint it. There we go. So this one now, Jamie, this one has my colors on your design, so whatever. But you're thinking like a reef green. Yeah, that would look kind of cool. Let's see what I can do there. Let's see where the roll cage. So we can change the rivets. Right, all of the rivet colors. We have World of Outlaw decals, dirt car decals. I just need to find out where in the heck the roll bar is. Maybe it's mandatory. There's the top of that. So I think it might be in mandatory. I'm trying to think. The color that it looks right now tells me that it might be down here somewhere. I just noticed that too. That's off. It should not be off like that. I messed something up, didn't I? Oh, there we go. Yeah, as I'm looking at it, it's really that just bluish blue, light blue color on the roll bar. Which tells me it's probably one of these. I think without, yeah, I'm probably going to Google that or something, because that's weird. We'll go here, trading paints. How to change roll bar color, late models, trading paints, iRacing. That should be enough, right? There we go. Where to change dirt chassis color. Little bitty block, I think, on the top left corner. Oh yeah, and there's always this one, so I need to favorite this sucker. Oh, looks like I got a couple more people running that Pollen on a Budget mini. Holy moly, there's a lot of them. Okay. So on here, his cage color is gray, and there's a whole bunch of stuff that's gray. Also, reef green. Thinking something like this. That's GM reef green. I can take this, a screenshot of it, grab that color, top upper left hand, something I painted over. So what was, if we take this and we get rid of a lot of these, I do need to put all these into branding or body. So we have numbers, we have body. I need to create a new group. Put all of these in here. Just like that. To where I can shut it off if I need to. What is changing to that color? Actually, what color is it if I go with this right here? And then obviously that changed the entire thing. But this, my pit box, where else could that thing be? Rivets? No, the rivets are white. So I'm going to try to change it with it like this, because that's going to make it a little bit easier. Sponsor block, masks, wire. Yeah, generally roll cages are 1 pixel generally. I don't know what's going on here. But yeah, they're generally 1 pixel square somewhere in the image. And I don't see our little 1 pixel. To attempt to change the roll bar color. Yeah, pit box. Sure. And yeah, if I publish it like this, Alt 12. Now it's green. So what I'm doing is trying to figure out where this is at. And if you look now, we have a combination of white and green when I turn the wire on. So somewhere it's going white and green, like maybe right here. Could be a clue. Whatever it is, now it's a combo of white and green. So it is a square with both of those on it. Yeah, I'm surprised it's not down here with Pitbox, but Pitbox is still untouched. But some of these other ones look like hell. So I wonder if this might be roll bar color. Let's just find out. And fill this with orange. I don't know, whatever color it was used last. Yep, orange. What did we just turn orange? Something, right? Something had to have turned orange there. I don't know. Sure, F12 is saving, so it's not this. So I can just take that orange that I just did on the wire, undo it. And actually, I don't want to do this in the wire layer anyway. But where else might it be? Yeah, usually changing the roll bar color is super easy. But yeah, this time, not so much. Yeah, I felt like that one up there was a good guess. But now I need to find some little circle or dot that's currently filled with this weird blue and try to fill it with something else for the roll bar color. Now this stripes along the bottom. This long thing on the bottom, I don't know what that is. And one thing I could do is just go up here, up to the top, just start pasting these over. Right, this is the one I did last time. I could just start moving this thing around to different spots, publishing it, and seeing what changes. Right? And I still can't see what this orange even does on here. And if I put it down right here, should see it, yeah, pretty much instantly on the side of the car. So we will find this. Just by hitting F12 each time, saving it, seeing where it ends up. And we know that it's kind of greenish. don't see it yet. Just see this white-green mix, which tells me it's got to be a pretty small selection because it's mistakenly included some green. Or it's like a long, skinny one. Let's see. I'm going to turn off the wire real quick. I'm going to turn off the wire, do a quick publish. And then just try to move this around until it covers something. Yeah, I've got to get going pretty soon, so I might have to come back to this, but I will figure out why. Why we can't change this color. Seems very simple. It's simple on all the other cars, so I may just have to play around with it. Like maybe I need to move this block bigger, and that one ends up way down here. Nope, that ain't it. So yeah, I'll figure it out, Jamie, and I'll look at it. I'm going to dinner and hang out with the wife and grandkids. This back. Oh, that was the numbers. Now when I put this back, I'm just going to check something real quick here. Let's see what color this changes. Once we put it all back, it still goes to this kind of lighter blue. And I feel like down here, it's the only place. It's gotta be one of these. So just one more thing I'm going to try. Go up here, cover all these. Orange. And it still does not change that roll bar color. Very weird. I'm just looking at it. It seems like this would change it, but it does not. And it is some variation of this bright color. Oh, it is one of these. All right, I found it. There we go. There's the orange rolled cage is under here. So it's probably this right here. This little section, I believe. So what I'm going to do is create a new one here above base body, or in base body. We're going to look for, I'm going to go to desktop, screenshot, there we go. Let's change it this color and see what it looks like. Where is that one? There it is. So I'm going to just put this in base body, fill, color. Oh, and I should, there we go. Save it, publish it. That does look kind of cool. All right, if you're still on here. Yeah, I'll definitely be at home tonight. My office is actually, that I'm in right now, is attached to my race car shop, which is right by my house. So I have a shop and then a house. What do you think of that? How does that look with that green roll cage? Oh, 5 ads. Yeah, I'm not surprised. Sorry about that. Like I said, I gotta figure that out, how to turn that off. I see these ones, and yeah, I think I don't know. I'll send you some screenshots. I think that's kind of a reef green. I'll send you some screenshots and stuff. We can play around with that design a bit. And the colors are a little bit off because this is remote. I forgot about that part of it too. But yeah, I am going to head out and might be back on tonight. I will certainly jump in our Discord if that's the case. I think it'd be kind of cool to raid somebody right now. Might go chat. Let's see if like one of my friends is on here. We've only got 3 people, but I wish it just showed friends instead of like everybody. So I'll just jump on here really quick. Okay. Well, let's see what Juiced Racing. All right. Well, thank you all for watching. Oh, you're back, Gene? Okay. I was just about to do a raid here. What do you think of this color? Ignoring the orange wheels and letters and all that from my stuff. But what do you think of the color? Is that kind of what you were picturing? And yeah, I do feel like I want to join, or I want to drive some NASCAR stuff. Kind of got into that because I was thinking about doing the Daytona 500, so I ran some Draft Masters and stuff like that. Yeah, you can go lighter with it. I was doing Draft Masters and things like that, and kind of wanting to do some more NASCAR stuff, and then yeah, something like that. Oh, I need to do fill, color. Let's go. We've got, this is the existing one. Let's go up here. And over here. There we go. That would look kind of cool. Actually, you're right. That lighter green, the lighter green color does look cool. Like it looks like it kind of goes with that design. And yeah, I did put the dirt. I thought I put the Dirt Track Junkies logo on your car. I did put that on there. But yeah, it's kind of that green just it does kind of go. And yeah, we can finish this up at another time, but yeah, I'll totally update this thing for you if you'd like. And I want to say thank you to everybody, Jamie, everyone that's been watching on YouTube. Yeah, the wheels. So you like that color? I will save it here. And then the wheel color, I'll save the wheel color in the design too. I should be able to just push out this design exactly as it is, update the wheel thing with this color. Let's just try it. I'm going to try it and see if I can just update your design in place. So I'm going to save. We do the publish. The final one. So this is cool. We get to modify a livery live. That we haven't done yet, so that's pretty cool. So yeah, that's what it will look like, and I can push that. I should be able to push that to, since it's pretty much done, should just be able to go to Trading Paints in here, go to My Paints, My Showroom Paints, and it's the Waterman Lake model. Should be able to edit this, change or replace, and so you will need to go and update this also. So I need to go to Paint. Where did we, that was Dirt Late Model 350. Upload this sucker up to Trading Paints, and then I'll put that wheel color in there, so it should update your wheel color too. But if not, you might have to go in and just manually update the wheel color. So now we're updating, or uploading. Okay, so that has been updated. Rim color, I'm just going to put in here. Oh, I didn't capture the hex code of it. I thought I did. This is your hex code. And actually, I'll send it to you in chat. That is the color you'll need to change your wheels to. But I'm going to go back here, rim color. And semi-gloss is what it is. Privacy approval. Because only one person can race this one. Oops. How many more people are going to race this car? Did I save it? I feel like I need to update the paint again, but I can see the little green there, so update paint. So yeah, you should have a notification there, Jamie, that it'll say this has been updated or whatever, and then you can go and re-update it. We now have 67 people running this balling on a budget. That's crazy. Oh, it's nuts. Is Garage 61 working yet? They were having some issues. So that's another thing I might stream, and this is something you might be interested in, Jamie. I might stream a little bit of race analysis stuff on here. As I get to learn the statistics, it's pretty interesting. Like, I've got some of these where I have lap analysis going with Garage 61, which is free. I'm a huge fan of free. And yeah, you can go in here and analyze your lap versus a really fast person. So this person is a second faster than me. And so, yeah, I just go in here and I look and I can see that they're letting off later. So they're holding the throttle here. 69, probably dang near 100 feet earlier. That can't be right. 450. I'll say so about 75 feet. And then over here, they're actually dropping earlier, and I drop later to get around this corner. And yeah, this is kind of cool. There's like a lot of weird stuff you can do with this analysis. If people are interested in that, I might stream some of the tricks and tips I have learned from this. I know pretty much exactly what I need to do when it comes to racing. I just have a hard time doing it. You know what I mean? Like I know, oh, I need to lift and I need to keep this tighter on the inside. Like if you look at this person that got a second faster than me, way tighter on the inside. They're like hugging the inside. So that's what I got to try to do, right? Hug the inside. But anyway, it's been a couple hours. I'm going to try to get back and do some racing, and I will get in touch with you, Jackie. Make sure that thing went through okay. Make sure it's all good. And yeah, we have our race car. Well, this one's actually Jamie's, but we have the one that we built earlier. I'm going to upload that. If you are wanting to run it, you might. If you're a part of the league, of course, that would make tons of sense. If not, you may not care. But dirt street stock. Yep, this is the car that we designed today. Ta-da, fun stuff. Yeah, this is great. And again, thank you everybody who joined. Totally appreciate that. Totally think it's awesome. Pretty awesome. I'm going to go ahead and shut this stream down. And like I said, I might be back to do some racing later. I'm going to try to very soon. Very soon. Here's another dirt racer, Legends Racing TV. Let's go check out and see what the heck they are up to. And yeah, thank you all for coming. And we will definitely see you next time.
But it'll be out on track here for us, qualifying.